welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria and I talk all things money on this channel, and today we're actually going to be doing a super short condensing, but condensing nonetheless. I don't think that you guys can tell that this candle is on, but I promise it is. There's actual flames in there. But I thought I'd test something else out with the aesthetic of the video, and so I'm just, looking forward to doing this little first condensing. It's gonna be super short and tiny just because you guys know my affordability situation. It's not like I have like big amounts on my envelopes in the first place, and therefore I don't have much to condense to begin with. But because majority of the stuffings that I do are with fives, I will be doing that. So I hope that you guys like the idea of that coming on in the future. I'm looking forward to do those in the future when condensings are actually something that I'm actually able to do a little bit more often, and so we'll see what the future holds. But I also wanted to talk about, I did get confirmation of my tax return, and so this is kind of late to the game, but we did kind of file things a little bit late by the time that you guys see this, maybe like mid-May or late May. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in seeing how I'm gonna break down my tax return. I don't think I'm going to be doing majority of the amount in cash because of the debts that we have and all the good stuff that you guys are already aware of, but I just wanted to put that out there in case you guys are interested in how I broke it down and how I'm going to be utilizing the return, which was in my favor thankfully this year. And so yeah, let me know in the comments downstairs what you guys think about that. And besides that, before we get started and get going with the stuffing, not the stuffing, the condensing, if you guys are new here and would like to join the fam, please click the button downstairs, turn it from red to white, and you'll be in tune as to every time I upload a video. It'll make me happy and it'll make the channel grow, and who doesn't like to see both those things happen. I do a lot of financial topics on this channel, and as you guys are aware, I'm not a financial advisor or professional of any sort. I'm just a girl who has finances, sharing with you who also happens to have finances. And if this is of interest to you, then definitely keep on watching. But this is not professional advice whatsoever. This is just some things that have worked for me, and in this case I'm just condensing bills. But obviously I'm not suggesting that you guys do the cash stuffing method if it's not something that applies to your family very well or whatever it is. And so yeah, I just wanted to say that. Also, let's take a look at the nails. I just put them on today for this video. How cute. I actually like this brand. I've used Kissed nails before, not sponsored, never know when I have to say that. I've used Kissed nails before, but these ones happen to be like a little bit more flexible, like they're a little bit thinner. Yeah, and I feel like when I scratch, it actually scratches. So I don't know. Anyways, let's get started with the condensing. I did go to the bank yesterday. Let me just get out my cash without showing you guys literally everything of my life. I did go to the bank yesterday and got out $130, so it isn't just mainly in 20s, and I have 110, and I'll show you guys what that 10 is for after. But that's all I have, so let's practice counting our cash, because you guys know I'm also on a journey to count cash faster. So let's just do that. First of all, I don't know why these are all like a little not in order, so let's just do that first. Does the bank automatically dispense of these like not in order? I thought they would all in the same order, as in like the face would all be facing the same way. But anyways, go ahead and get started. Oh, because of the nails, I don't know how I'm gonna count, but anyway, let's just get started. So first of all, we're counting 20s, not ones. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, and then 130 with the 10 at the end. So that is that. I don't have a cash tray, so don't mind that little part of the aesthetic. I'm just gonna put it on top of my wallet here so you guys can see everything going on, and let's just set you guys up like that. So like I said, I don't have that many binders and I don't have that much amount in it anyways, but I did notice that my binders were getting like a little bit fatter, and as you guys know, for cash stuffing purposes, regardless of whether the envelopes are vellum or the PVC, the plastic material, is just better to have less stuff in there, whether it's bigger bills or placeholders. And so yeah, which I will be using one of my placeholders today. So let's just get started. We'll get started with my stay-at-home emergency binder. So let's just go ahead and see what is going on here. Sorry, I just realized that you guys weren't able to see, but I was saying for emergency, there's 4 envelopes back here, and each one represents $10 because it is a $10 saving challenge. And so that would mean that I have $40 in here. To give it a quick count, let's just make sure. So this is 10, 20, 15, what? Guys, I promise I'm good at math, but honestly when it comes to counting bills, I don't know, like all my brain just fogs up. Anyways, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Indeed, that's what I have, and I will be keeping my cash right here to the side. Let's just move this candle a little bit. I can't move it too much because I have this ledge here, but let's just move our 5s and our 10s here, and we're gonna be putting in 20. Sorry, 2 20s, meaning that it has 40. So that is that. And like I said, I have 130 in here to begin with, so I should have, well, minus a 10 because I'm going to be putting a 10 somewhere in my saving challenges. You guys will see that afterwards, but I should have 120 in the money that I condense when I'm done. So that's that for emergency. Let's see what little Miss RV has. I believe she only has 10, but let's see. Yep, she only has 10, so let's leave that in there. Dorian has only the 20 from what I'm aware of, and my money's flying everywhere. let's just move my wallet and we'll just put this like this. I hope that's not too unaesthetic for you guys. Let's just do that. See what else is back here? I believe it's just my credit cards. Yep. So that is it for my stay-at-home emergency binder. Does anybody else like when the content creators that do cash stuffing go like this? Because just and that's what I get for being silly and nilly. Am I able to? Nice. That's what I was trying to do the other day and it wasn't staying. Okay, perfect. That's even better. Okay, that way you guys don't see much of the ledge anyways. Well, that's what I get for being silly. But anyways, as I was saying, don't you guys love when content creators that do cash stuffing go like this to enter and exit the frame? I love that. Actually, let's leave this one for the end because I believe that's the one that I have the LASIK fund in. So let's get, ooh, let me do that again. Let's continue with my saving challenge binder. So for this one, I'm pretty sure I have much to condense. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's see, Glen Coco only has 20 and it has 2 10s. So we'll do that. So we have 2 10s here. And so we'll do a 20. And that's all that it has. Army Pants and Flip-Flops has nothing. $5 saving challenge only has 1, so that's nothing to condense. Roll the Dice should definitely have stuff to condense. I believe there's 30 in here. So let's do that. Okay, so we have 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Let me count that again. So 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Yeah, so let's leave this 10. And these 5s, we will condense them into a 20. So we still only just have the 20. Let's put that all together all in the same direction. Let's put this back in here. I guess I should be talking about like different things. But anyways, I believe that's it for this binder. While I check through, yes, fun story. Actually, I didn't have like the greatest super day today. I was actually trying to see if there was a store that takes donations, but they actually pay you for the donations. I don't know if they have it in the States or in other countries, but here in Canada, it's called Plato's Closet. There's several stores in the GTA that, you know, accept your secondhand used clothing and then they give you money for it if it's in good condition, not stained, if it's something that they see that's gonna sell and bring them profit, etc. But I went and I brought a whole bunch of clothes, like different jackets, jeans, shirts, shoes. I brought a whole bunch of stuff and for whatever reason they didn't accept anything, and then I walked away with the same bag of clothes, no money to give. So I'm not sure if it's just the store that I went to, because the items that I have, I mean, I'm sure that they're not like as fashionable or like as trendy as the stuff that is going on right now. For example, they said that they don't take skinny jeans anymore, but it's like there will always be somebody who prefers skinny jeans over loose cut jeans, you know what I mean? So I didn't really understand that. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it is their business. If they see that something won't sell, then they don't have to take it, because why would they lose money just to take something that is not going to make them money? I get it, but I was just like shocked because some of the stuff I gave, I was positive that they were going to take, but it is what it is. I'm going to try a new location, and if that location also gives me issues, I'm just going to go ahead and donate the clothes altogether, or see if I can sell them on Facebook Marketplace, but it hasn't worked, and so that's why I didn't want to do that. It's what it is. So let's continue. So for this binder here, and it's funny because the cash that I was hoping to get today from that store, I was hoping to play some other of the the things that I have here, such as like the little scratch offs that I have for my brother and for my husband, but it is what it is. So anyways, as you guys see, my husband and my brother don't have anything at the moment. Same thing with my birthday. My mom has nothing. Christmas, let's see how much this has. So Christmas has 20, so let's condense that into a 20. So these bills, it's funny because these bills, because some of them have like the person, some of these are like vertical bills and some of these are not vertical bills, and so it just makes it confusing to like match them up together, like the number with like the direction of the bill. But anyways, let's go ahead and do that. And it's funny because I think I have to like, I might actually keep this one in 10s, because for whatever reason, if you guys can see here, I have just the 10 knocked out from here, but for whatever reason I have 20. So I don't know if it's just I forgot to put this 10 in my online savings account when it comes to like this. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but I don't have a way of condensing this or marking off another one that is 20, unless I do like 22 and then just round it down. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna rub this off with my spit because it is a wet erase and I don't have like a little napkin right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So this has now the correct number in there, and instead of me going to the bank just for like a 10, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and do that. So that was for Christmas. And how do I want to do this? I really want to put them in like this, so I'm able to see them after. So if I want the money to be like this, yeah. So if I want the bills to be visible on one side and the tracker on the other, I go ahead and do that. So sorry guys, just got a call. So let me just do that. That way it's visible, and then that way whenever I flip the page, I'm seeing it this way. Cool. Gifts and birthdays. It feels a little thick. Does it have anything in here? Okay, no. That's what I thought. Okay, vacation, it has nothing. And this is the thing that I wanted to tell you guys about. So let's take out this tracker. As you guys know, I am saving up for LASIK. Depending on how the tax return, which again, let me know if you guys want to see how I will be dispersing the funds that I get from my tax return. Let me just close this up real quick so there's no like glare or anything. Sorry if the angle changed, guys, my battery just died. But anyways, as you guys know, for this tracker, I am trying to save $210 for each little like symbol. This is going towards my LASIK. By the way, before I forget, this little tracker is from Budget with Maddie. I actually feel like I'm matching her with her nails because she usually has like a white short tip, and I believe they're press-ons. And the reason why I'm bringing this out, and let me get my little marker here, this by the Millennial Dollar. You can get there at her shop. Each of the symbols is going to be $210 if you guys can see that there. I did mention this in my previous cash stuffing video. For the first payday of May, I'm not going to be cash stuffing because I am going to be putting $200 into this. What would that mean for the remaining 10 for the first symbol? So that's where this 10 comes in. I am going to be putting this into the tracker, and then the next paycheck that I have for May, which would be the first payday of May, I'm not going to be filming a cash stuffing video, but this is probably when you guys will be seeing this video altogether. I will be putting in $200, and therefore I'm checking it off now because I did write it in my little planner already for that payday to transfer $200 to my online savings account for the vision. I did create an account. I did just put in the $200 online, and then because each symbol is $200 in the bank, and then $10 will be here. So for that, I will be just, what should I do? Should I just do a heart? So let's just do a heart. Super cute. Let's just let that dry for a little bit. And so yeah, that's what I will be doing moving forward with my stuffings for the vision tracker, or even for like the kids. And that's just because, well, it is such a big amount that I'd rather keep some of it in cash. Wait, that's not it. I'd rather keep some of it in cash, and then whatever bulk amount that I can keep in the bank, I will do that. Oh, and with that, let me just bring out my placeholder. So as you guys know, I do have, let me put it this way, I do have this little placeholder bag that I got customized from Little Potato Saver. She's a local Canadian, not YouTuber. I think she only has an Etsy shop. I noticed that her YouTube has like no video, so maybe she just supports other channels. But anyways, I did get this from her. And so let's go over here and look for a $200 placeholder, because that will indicate to me that $200 will be in the bank for this purpose. I have these from Budget with Maddie. So how funny that we have a Budget with Maddie, both a tracker and a placeholder. So let's do that there. And so this should be dry already. It is. And let's just go ahead and put this back. So I think I'm gonna do the placeholder first, because that would be 200, and then 1000. Not 1000. I can't speak today. I'm too excited. That'll be 210 when I count it. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then the tracker will be facing out. So whenever I do see it, I do see the amount there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for a little situation with the LASIK. And wish me luck, guys. I am hopefully, with the tax return, I may be able to fund this significantly in the next few weeks. And then depending on how much I actually stuff this, we'll see how soon I can get LASIK. But which reminds me, I need to call the LASIK place to postpone my appointment to like a later date. But anyways, that is that, and I believe that is everything for this binder. So did I get an extra 20 by mistake? I think I did. But anyways, okay, so let's just go ahead, and I have to deposit these guys back to the bank. But I did want to show you guys in theory, because this is something that I explained a while ago when I had originally brought this guy out. This is my rollover binder, and the point of this binder, which I'm not going to be using it today to the full potential of it, but I did want to explain to you guys the reason for the rollover binder is precisely if I have cash here at home and I have extra bills and such, instead of me going to the bank every single time that I need to go withdraw money or whatever it is, this serves as my at-home bank. So if I didn't want to go to the bank because I'm too lazy or whatever it is, I can easily keep these bills. Actually, I might even do that. I just have to make sure that I have enough money in my bank account for like certain expenses that are coming. But besides that, I can just leave this literally in here because I keep this money regardless in my non-high yield savings account. That way it's easily accessible whenever I need it. That being said, once I check how the actual bank account is, like if it's fully funded for some of the things that I need to do. By the way, the binder itself, this is from Noteworthy Co. She's all the way in California, so I got this from her. She was having like a little sale or whatever. But the actual dashboard and this little layover here that says rollover, this is from Hone the brand. She's also a local Canadian Toronto person that sells like a lot of these cash budgeting materials, and so check her out. She's always left in the description down below. And so same thing with these envelopes and their inserts. So So right here I have $5 bills, $10 bills, $20 bills, $50 bills, and I meant to get one for 100, but I forgot to do that, and I'm not at the level that I can just keep $100 here and there. But anyways, so the purpose of this binder is to have an at-home bank, like I said. So in this case, I have all my 5s in here, which by the way, let's count before I put everything away. But if I wanted to have this money sitting at home, I could technically, even instead of going to the bank constantly to stuff my bills, I could literally leave my payroll money in the bank account that I have, pay extra bills and all that good stuff. And then this money that's just sitting here, it's like my at-home bank anyways. I could literally just put money in here into my stuffings because it's money that's been taken out of my account anyways to be at home. Get what I'm saying? And then eventually when these bills get a little bit too much, that for example, I have too many $5 bills, I can just take those to the bank and then withdraw. For example, let's say that I have like 10 bills here, I could just withdraw the 50 and keep a 50 here for another condensing in the future. And so I hope that that makes things a little bit clearer with the way that I've been wanting to use my rollover binder. It just hasn't been funded yet, or hasn't been allocated properly because of affordability reasons and everything. But just for fun, let's go ahead and do this for this video. But I do have to make sure that my bank account does have enough money for the upcoming withdrawals. For the time being, let's just go ahead and count this money. Like I said before, with this 20, not sure if I took out an extra 20 or whatnot, but with these 10s and these 5s, I definitely should have 100 because originally we started with 130. The $10 bill went to my LASIK envelope minus this 20. These two should be 100. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Cool. So that's 40 and 5. So let's go ahead and put this in here. And doesn't that just look so pretty? So in theory, next stuffing, if I wanted to take out cash for my envelopes, I technically could just do it from here instead of going to the bank, withdrawing money, and then like having to do that whole process of taking out of the account to just put it back. If this is just gonna stay here, it could just stay at home, and then it serves the purpose for my stuffings. And therefore I'm not losing money and I'm not earning money, but at least I'm definitely not losing, which is the main priority. So I said that was 40, I believe. So then that means that in here I should have 60. So let's go ahead and count. Hopefully this is 6 bills, because otherwise that means I did something wrong. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Yay! So I did do that correctly. So let's put that in the $10 little pouch here, funsies. And then this 20 for the time being, just for the sake of closing out this video with the actual rollover binder being used. How cute does that look? I feel like that looks amazing. So I hope that you guys were able to see that. I wasn't looking at the camera, but I hope that you guys caught that, how pretty it looks. So yeah, in theory, like I said before, and just to wrap it up, I could use this money for my next stuffing. If I don't want to go to the bank, I could use the money that actually comes into my bank account for payroll. I could just put that into like extra bills, and then this is actually the ones that I use for my stuffing. And I think honestly that makes sense, because if I'm condensing the other envelopes, it's precisely to take out the smaller bills and put them in here to return them to the bank. But if I'm not going back to the bank and this is available here, it's my money anyways, why not keep it here? So I hope that that makes sense, and this is a nice little review of my rollover binder. I hope that you guys enjoyed that little explanation with a visual, because last time I tried to explain it, I didn't have the bills in there. I hope that that was a little bit of a clarification if you had that doubt for many months. And that's literally it. So I guess I did take out an extra 20, but it is what it is. And we'll wrap it up there, guys. I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys liked the condensing, as short as it might have been, or the actual condensing part might have been. I hope that you guys liked the little chitter chatter. Let me know if I let you know something about myself that you didn't know. Let me know if you guys want me to answer questions in the next cash condensing. Probably not the stuffing, because with the stuffing you need to kind of like talk a lot. But with the condensing, since you're just counting money and exchanging bills, it should be easier. Lastly, let me know if you guys are interested in seeing an allocation video of how I'm gonna be using my tax return. I hope that it is pretty informative and to some degree inspirational. If you guys are the type of people who, for example, let's say that you get even $200 from the government, you go out and spend it instead of saving it. There's ways that you can have fun with your money, but also there's things in the future you should be thoughtful of before you go ahead and do impulsive purchases, impulsive trips, or whatever it is. And so life is to be spent well and having fun in it. However, there are some things that need to be taken care of first for future you. So this is what this is all about. Yeah, let me know downstairs if you guys want to see that. And lastly, of course, thank you so much for everybody who has joined this little community here. As the weeks go, I see more people watching my videos, more people commenting, etc., or whatever it might be, especially with the shorts. I love how many people are like watching my shorts. I guess short form content is really what works nowadays. But anyways, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure to ding the little notification bell so you're notified as to every single upload that I put out there, that way you don't miss anything from me. It makes me happy, helps the channel grow, everybody's happy at the end of the day, and it is free. So just the fact that you guys are here watching this video is a blessing from God and a privilege that not everybody has in their day-to-day life. So with that being said, I'll bless you guys with the verse of the day, which is right here. I hope that it touches and blesses your life in whatever way it is applicable to it. I know that God has you, he will protect you, and just trust in him and he will guide you the rest of the way. Pray to God, find God, seek God, and read the word. That way you are in tune to what he wants for you. And yeah, besides that guys, until the next video, I hope that God blesses you, and yeah, talk to you in the next one. Bye.